Hi everyone! Before I get into the lesson, I'm going to give some quick backgrounds. This lesson is designed for my language partner every week. We sometimes watch shows together. One of our favorite shows is West Wing. I don't know if you like it, but we both really like it. We'll watch it for some listening practice, and recently though, she asked me why is it so difficult to understand what they're saying sometimes, besides the speed and besides some really slang words or some technical jargon. And we were talking about it, and we've come across that one of the big challenges is linking sounds and different sound change rules in a lot of colloquial English. So that's what we're going to get at today, and we're going to look at it through one particular consonant sound, T. So we'll get into that. So from now on, I'm going to be like I'm talking to my language partner, which we'll have our next language exchange next week. So this is the practice. All right, thanks for listening. Here we go. Okay, so recently you asked me about why is it so difficult to understand what they speak in the West Wing. This comes down to, in English, there are some sound change rules that happen that aren't really in a lot of textbooks when you're learning English. So a lot of textbook English is kind of like you're in a greenhouse, right? You'll learn the sound. Let's say it's the sound t, t, t. You'll learn the sound to pronounce it, t. You'll learn it isolated. It's on its own. It's not in other words, maybe, right? Like a greenhouse. Each plant has its own pot, right? Then maybe the next level that you have to practice the sound is in the garden. It's kind of like where there's maybe in a sentence or in a word, right? You would practice tall, or you would practice got, or maybe you practice got you, right? You practice in a sentence, right? It's in a row, but still, it's very careful. It's very selected, right? You practice it in isolation. It's not the real world necessarily. And then we go to the last level, which is like the jungle, right? And in the jungle, T may not always be T. T may be next to some other letters around it, some other plants around it, and they cover up T, or maybe T looks a little different. It has to change shape, right? Maybe like a vine or something. So this is kind of what we're going to look at today. We're going to step into the jungle so we can better understand what they're saying in the West Wing, right? And we're going to look at T, okay? We're going to look at T. T is not always T, that sound. And I know you're familiar with this, but sometimes it helps really to hear it better when you look at specifically how it changes when it's in the jungle. So let's start with the first one, which is when T is on the end of a word. For example, got it, right? Your tongue is placed right behind your teeth and it doesn't leave. So it's like got it, t. That doesn't happen. It's not t, it's got it. This is your tongue, got it. Kind of like in Taiwanese, that's the exact same, right? So it's the same in English. The T is not released. Can you try this one? What is it about? Exactly. But the cat. Maybe in the greenhouse or the garden, you might hear cat, t, t. But in the jungle, it would be cat. And maybe the last one, out, get out, right? Get out. So that first rule for T in the jungle is if it's on the end, it's unreleased. Out, it, about, cat. Okay? All right, cool. Got it? All right. Let's go to the next one, number 2. So we talked about the name of the show is this, right? And maybe if you're in the garden and you say it slow, it might be West Wing, right? 2 words, West Wing. But maybe in the jungle, you might hear West Wing. If you have a consonant with the T in the middle, and then a consonant, we don't hear the T. It's like a sandwich. It's like a sandwich, right? Here's consonant, T, consonant. We don't really hear the T. It's dropped. It's thrown out. So West Wing. Residence. There are many residents in the building. Don't go. Whoa, don't go. Don't go. I don't hear the T. In the jungle, it might be don't go, right? The T is dropped. So number 2, the CTC sandwich. Number 1, it, about, out. Let's go to number 3. Also a sandwich. This one was CTC, this is VTV. right? VTV. V is for vowel. So, water, W-A, there's our vowel, A, and then a T, and then an E. That's a vowel, right? So we have vowel, T, vowel. The T changes sound. It changes sound. It becomes V, right? VTV. So over here, water, no, water, water, water. Okay? Your tongue kind of goes, water, 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 water. Can you try this one? Here's U, here's our vowel, our V. T in the middle, and I, here's our vowel. But I, but I, but I, but I want water, but I want water. Again, VTV. It becomes the flat sound, the d, d, d. And there's a reason. There is a reason why. This one, there's a reason. If you take your hand and you put it here on your throat and you say t, 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 do you feel the vibration? Do you feel your vocal cords go like that? Do you feel it? No. No, there's nothing there. T, 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 t. Now say d, 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 d. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? D, d, d. Okay. Say the vowel sounds, the V, they all use your vocal cords right here. Just like d, d, d. So in the jungle, when you're speaking fast and the words come together, it's easier to make the t become like a d, right? The d sound. Because the vowel here and the vowel here already are using your vocal cords. So the t becomes like d. It's easier. Water, water, it's all right there. Right? Odd. So we have the V, TV sandwich, the C, TC sandwich, the it and the out. And we have one more today that's an example of sounds maybe in the jungle for T. And the last one is, it's like a sneeze, okay? It's like the sneeze. Achoo! Chew, 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 okay? So if you see T in front of a Y sound, got you becomes got you, got you, got chew. Okay? Can you try this one? Yes, don't chew, don't chew, don't chew. Nice. Can you try this one? Won't you, won't you, won't you? Perfect. And can you try this last one? Can't you, can't you, can't you? It all sounds like you're sneezing, right? Chew, chew, chew. Okay? Cool. So we have a chew for T. We have the VTV sandwich. We have the CTC sandwich. Remember, you don't hear the T. It goes away. And we have this one, got it, about, cat. Do you notice something here? We have T right here. In front of it is what? Is that a consonant or a vowel? It's a vowel, right? It's a vowel over here. It's a vowel. And behind it we have what? A vowel. Great. So we have a rule for that. What was it? VTV sandwich, right? So this is going to sound like D. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Got it. Let's go actually look at the next one. Here's an A. We have a V. I. We have another V. And in the middle is our T. So how do you say this? What is? What is? What is? What is? What is it about? What is it about? And look, we have another one. I, T, and A. V, T, V. Vowel, T, vowel. Ida, ida, ida. What is it about? What is it about? Right? What is it about when we're in the jungle and it's all linking together, right? What is it about? Right. And the last one down here, here's another one. A vowel, a T, and a vowel. Ow becomes get out, get out, get out, get out. Great, okay? So those are the 4 examples of how T might become different in the jungle. Now what we're going to do, since you asked about West Wing and why it was so difficult to understand, I found a scene that we have already watched before together from one of our favorite episodes of West Wing, or West Wing. And in it, what you are going to do is you are going to listen and try to fill in some of the blanks that you hear. based on these rules, right? So we're going to try to fill in some of the words. All right?